The reason that we do not have full faith and full trust in God is because we are trying to do God's job for us. But when it's your time to reap, you need to sit back and allow the work that you've done to be enough. You're messing up God's process. Simply put, today we're going to be learning about faith in God, trusting God, first of all, what that looks like, and second of all, how we can actually apply that stuff to our lives. To any Christian that's trying to improve their lives or find success through the Lord, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to struggle with putting your full, undivided trust and faith in the Lord because it's difficult. We've got distractions in every single direction. We've got distractions trying to show us exactly what we could achieve, but we don't have it yet. So we might get a little envious, we might get a little jealous, we might just feel some negative emotions, and that's definitely going to impact our faith and our trust in the Lord. And I'm here to tell you that that is okay. Not those emotions entirely, but the fact that you're feeling it is perfectly fine because the Lord teaches us how to persevere through that. I think this is definitely the one thing that I've struggled with the most in my journey to success, trying to find any form of like monetary success or spiritual success through the Lord. I'm very impatient. I always want these things to happen as soon as I do it. I work hard. I feel like my hard work should be rewarded immediately, but that's just not how it works. And I feel like a lot of people expect that instantaneous amount of success, which is why we have this thing called instant gratification, where we just want to be instantly gratified with the things that we do. We want our dopamine receptors to be spiked as soon as we try something new. But that is a recipe for failure, and that's why God protects us from it. That's why God gives us challenges and gives us obstacles to slow us down and be patient. Because not only is it just bad with our expectations, but it's bad when it comes to us not trusting the Lord because of it. So what exactly does your full faith and your full trust in God even look like? To understand what that looks like, we have to understand the seasons that God is going to put us through in our journey to find success. If you're ever stuck or confused in your life, I need you to question, what season am I in? And specifically for success-driven growth, I need you to think, am I in a season of sowing or am I in a season of reaping? This entire concept is shown in one of my favorite books of the Bible, Ecclesiastes, where in chapter 3 it says that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot. What season are you in? Because a lot of your questions can be answered if you just answer that one for yourself. A lot of times we are constantly putting ourselves in a position to be sowing. We're constantly working, we're constantly trying to hustle, we're constantly trying to grind, and we're never giving ourselves the opportunity to reap because we expect ourselves to be reaping as soon as we sow, and that's not how that works. Personally, I feel like I'm in a season of sowing. I'm not going to find that success immediately because I'm planting a bunch of seeds, and eventually over time, in my season of reaping, I'm going to be growing those seeds and I'm going to be reaping what I sowed. But you can never have both. You can never sow and you can never reap at the exact same time. Sometimes you just have to relax and allow things to be what they are. And that's what faith in God looks like. Your faith and your trust in God looks like working as hard as you can and sowing as much as you can. And then by the time you finish sowing, by the time you finished working, you have that full trust that the Lord can do whatever He does with the things that you've sowed. You have to have the trust and the faith that when you sit back and when you relax, your plants are going to be growing and you can reap it eventually. Because we can't make the things that we sow grow. Only God can. We can plant the seeds and we can water the seeds, but God is the only one that can actually make that seed grow. So let me say it like this. The reason that we do not have full faith and full trust in God is because we are trying to do God's job for us. We feel like in that season of sowing, in that season of working, we are the ones that are supposed to be growing these crops, but we're not. So every single time you say, I understand this was the plan, but I worked really hard and I'm kind of scared that I'm not going to see the success I want from it, so I'm going to work a little bit harder. That's why you're not seeing that success, because you're trying to create the success for you. And in case I lost anybody there, let me say it simply like this. Full faith and full trust in God looks like working and sowing as hard as you can, and then by the time you finish, stepping back and allowing God to give you something to reap. And if you are constantly checking your progress and then seeing something you don't like and you're immediately trying to go in and fix something, work even harder so you can fix it, you're messing up God's process. Simply put, God is cooking something. God is creating something for you to reap. And every single time you step in and try to change something because you don't trust His plan fully, you're messing up those crops and now you've got to start all the way over. So how exactly can you develop that full faith and that full trust in God? And I'll be honest, this is something that I'm still currently working through in my life, but I've made a lot of progress, which is why I want to come on here and share that with you. And it's going to sound so counterintuitive, but you develop that trust by simply doing nothing. Don't do any more work. Don't try anything else. Just sit back and allow the work that you've done to be enough. You step back. You don't pray for the results sometimes. You pray for acceptance in whatever that thing is that God created for you to reap. Because if God created it for you to reap, that means that is what you were meant to reap. So you shouldn't ask for more. You shouldn't want more. You should just sit back and allow those things to play out the way that they're supposed to play out. And even with the things that I'm saying, trusting God is never going to happen overnight. You'll never have full faith in God. And I don't think God ever expected that from you. Every single time you find yourself being a little bit impatient, I want you to go down and pray and ask God to just change that, to remove those spirits inside of you that are of impatience, to remove those demonic entities inside you that are trying to get these things, these fleshly desires, these materialistic things immediately. Ask Him to remove those demons inside of you that are not content with spiritual growth that is happening over time and is instead trying to have this instant growth. All we can do is pray, because we cannot beat any of this stuff alone. So let me end this off by saying this again. When it's your season to sow, work as hard as you can. Do as much as you can. Do as much as God is permitting you to do. But when it's your time to reap, you need to sit back and allow the work that you've done to be enough, and allow God to change your life whenever He wants to change your life. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.